Have you ever thought of something like, hey, what day is Halloween this year? I know Halloween is October 31st, but is that a Tuesday or a Thursday or what? Well, what if I told you there's a way to figure it out using mnemonic devices and some math that you can do in your head? And it's called the Doomsday Rule. Sounds fun, right? Here's what you need to know about the Doomsday Rule. First, you'll need to know what day and date the last day of February is for the year in question. For example, in 2020, it was leap year. So that's February 29th. And that day was a Saturday. This means that February 29th is the anchor doomsday from which we'll develop all our doomsday calculations. But what are doomsdays? Well, those are the one day each month where you will know without a doubt what day it is. Because when you know what one day a month is, you can calculate all the other days in that month using simple addition and subtraction. For example, when you know that February 29th, 2020 is a Saturday, you'll also know that March 1st is a Sunday. And when you know that, you can calculate all the other days of the week in February and March by adding and subtracting. But what about April and all the other months? Doesn't it get confusing? Not when you know the Doomsday Rule for each month. And for that, you'll need three simple mnemonic devices. First, let's address all the even number months. For every even numbered month after February, Doomsday will fall on the same date as the number of the month. That means that 44, 66, 88, 1010, and 1212 will all be doomsdays. In 2020, that means all those dates will be Saturdays. But what about the odd months? Well, March is easy. Since the last day of February is Saturday, it means that March 1st is Doomsday. It's Sunday. Uh-oh, but what about the rest of the odd months of the year? And that's where you'll want to remember your second mnemonic device. That mnemonic is, I worked from 9 to 5 at the 7-Eleven. So for month 5, or May, Doomsday is the 9th. For July, the 7th month, Doomsday is the 11th. For September, the 9th month, Doomsday is the 5th. And for November, the 11th month, Doomsday is the 7th. That leaves us with January. And for January, we need to know our third and final mnemonic device. We need to know if the Doomsday anchor date was on a leap year or not. If it's a leap year, which happens every fourth year, then Doomsday will be on January 4th. And if it's a regular year, which happens 3 years in a row, Doomsday will be on January 3rd. That's your third and final mnemonic device. And now that you know how to figure out which day it is on one day every month, you can figure out all the other days of the month. That's the Doomsday Rule. Now, let's put the Doomsday Rule into practice. In 2020, we know that 1010 is going to be a doomsday. It's Saturday. And since Halloween is on the 31st, we need to add 21 days or 3 weeks from the 10th. So that means that Halloween is going to be on a Saturday. And that's the Doomsday Rule in action. Use it to calculate the day of any date in any year you wish.